Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note. These readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign, whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign. Gemini, this is for you. Now, always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you so that you know which part of you I resonate with most. Remember, they're general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, remember, if you're a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. So this week you have the World card. Very nice, right? So this is an advancement card. It means that in some way, shape or form, in all of these different areas, you are leveling up in some way, shape or form. Now, the other thing with the World card, it is also a completion card, which means in some area of your life, at least one, you are graduating the school of life. There's something here that suggests, well, the World card suggests this week that in a lot of the areas of your life, you figured out like what your personal mastery of the thing is, okay? So let's have a look as well for your, okay, all right. So your jumping card was the High Priestess. Now in all of my decks, the High Priestess in this deck is one of my absolute, in fact, I think it might be my actual favourite. Just look at that. It's exquisite, right? Now, you've got this as your actions and options. This tells me that in some place or some area of your life, you are working in silence and secret. And whatever you are working on, you have truly mastered. You have created, done, worked, made, founded something behind the scenes that you are very proud of, that you know you have put your heart and soul into, and it's going to have wonderful consequences or ripples in your life moving forward. I'm totally here for this. Now, this also suggests, because the High Priestess is in the position of your options as well, this does suggest that there's some new level or some kind of advancement that is offered to you this week that is not public knowledge or consumption. Whatever this is the boss taps you on the shoulder and says, listen, you're in line for a promotion. We can't talk too much about the details just yet. This is your professor or your teacher or lecturer says, look, you're in line for a distinction if you keep going the way that you're going. I can't say more than that. Potentially, you know, waiting to see what else comes up in the other cards. This could also be that you are gaining a client of some sort that requires you to sign an NDA, which is very exciting. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Tower card. Some of the communication that's coming in this week may come as a shock for a select few of you. If you're getting that tap on the shoulder from the boss, you might be thinking, right, here we go, they're going to fire me. And actually what you get is completely different to that. I am going to say, because you've got the High Priestess here, there is something that's shared with you this week in confidence that is really going to make your eyebrows rise. Now, I realise I'm saying that to the sign of Gemini. You can tell most Geminis, like, I'm deciding to marry my horse, and they would laugh, cackle wildly, and just, you know, go about their business and be whatever. So if I'm telling you that whatever somebody says to you this week you're gonna be like, whoa, okay, I did not see that come in. There is a secret shared with you this week, and when it comes, I think you will be very surprised. It could be great, right? It doesn't have to be doom and gloom. Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could be some kind of advancement. It could be some kind of invite that you get behind the scenes. It could even be, let's say somebody, you know, a peer or a teacher or a lecturer or even somebody from a company could come to you and say, look, based on your performance in your studies, would really be interested in giving you like an internship or like a work experience or something along those lines. But whatever it is, you are not expecting this, and it may come, it's welcome, but it might come as like a bit of a, almost like a bit of a surprise, because you're just kind of like, whoa, I really wasn't expecting that. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, I wouldn't be surprised if this week there's one of two things may possibly happen. Some news could come out about somebody that you've been working with, likely to be a boss or at least a person in charge, could be ousted in some way or announce suddenly that they're leaving, and this leaves a position open for you. I get the feeling that you've been on the mind or the eye of certain people for a while, and so to them it won't be a shock, but to you it kind of will be. And I think you might be really surprised at who it is that is leaving, being fired, being asked to leave, or deciding to leave, all that stuff. When it comes to your business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, that's a high profile client. Either that or an invite to an institution that you would consider quite high up. There's a foot in the door here that you maybe have been working towards but didn't expect to get so soon. So that could be really exciting. And then for those of you that are retired and no longer working, something is shared with you this week. Some news, some piece of information is shared with you by a family member, and it might sort of see you quite tearful because you're quite surprised at what is shared with you. Again, it doesn't have to be bad news. It's just very unexpected. For your love and relations, you've got the three of Pentacles. So when it comes to those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is maybe your partner. If you're married, your partner might say to you, look, I'd really want to renew my vows with you because I'm that in love with you. For others, this could be that your partner says, look, we're going away, we're going to do some kind of travel, and they kind of spring it on you, and you realize that this has been planned by your partner and all of the people around you for quite a while, and you didn't even realize it. For a select few of you, this could be that you and your partner decide to go into business in some regard together. For those of you that are single and looking, it's going to be in the places and spaces that you learn, potentially at your work or through your work, that you are connecting with somebody that really has the ability to, I don't know, just take you, to really take you by surprise. I have a feeling for those of you that are single, you might be very surprised at who has a secret crush on you. And when it's revealed, you might be like, I never would have thought. I mean, you are marvellous, so, what else are you going to do, right? And look, you got the Two of Cups. For those of you that are single and looking, there is definitely a possibility for meeting someone or connecting with somebody that you really hadn't expected to in that way. For now, when it comes to your money and materials, when it comes to your finances, your gut feelings and the emotions that stir when you make certain financial moves or commitments this week are not to be ignored. It's also as well, if you have invites to collaborate or invest or throw in with somebody on a financial sense, if you've done the math and you've had a really good deep think and feel, not just think, but a deep think and feel about it, and it feels like the right thing to do. Let's say you've taken a calculated risk, and it feels like a calculated gamble. I would say go for it. I actually like these cards, even with the Tower here. It's supported by some really nice energies, especially where a financial partnership of some sort is being forged. For those of you that are, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this, because you've got such a concentration of Cancerian energy here, I am going to say look out for your lungs and your stomach. Now, if you're a woman, this will obviously be the breast, right? I'm not saying there's anything scary here, but I would say if you are due for a checkup or a mammogram or anything like that, go. I would go. As I say, I'm not seeing anything scary here, even with the Tower. But just, you know, be on the safe side, right? If you go and you find out there's nothing, what have you learned? You got peace of mind, okay? When it comes to your home and environment, the Two of Cups is a wonderful card for home, especially for the World card, because house becomes a home. With this combination, house becomes a home, and a part of making the house a home is not necessarily, you know, where it is or who, you know, or all that. It's about who is in it. And for those of you that are single, somebody could be helping you make, you know, the house a home. For those of you that are partnered, there's just a much stronger sense of commitment and potentially even unity. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.